Most people think that a ride-off is relatively simple. You just go over and take a guy on in a fight. But actually, it is a very, very skilled maneuver. And all of the polo that I've watched around the world, particularly in Argentina, I've always seen that the higher handicap player will win 80% of a ride-off between two players every time. And which itself proves the point that there's enormous skill in that action after the ride-off. And it isn't just necessarily who's in the best position to win it, although that, as we said, plays a part. So, to win the ride-off, I think you have to break it down into 5 parts. The first is how you position before you start to do the ride-off. It's very, very simple. When you look at the person, you need to go, the 2 parts of it, you go to where you will win. Basically, sometimes the only way you have to is to catch up. But you're always in the danger, as I explained earlier, with the receiving passes. If you're catching up, he can just, this is the 4 riding the 1 off, he can just reverse into you and win the ride off. So if you're in this position, you're better to actually get past him. Not necessarily got to just simply get past him first. And once you're past, the moment you know you're sufficiently past him, you now have the advantage to come across in the air. The second one is the speed that you're going will probably have to be adjusted, because it's very easy to foul by going faster than your opponent or by going slower than your opponent. They're both very dangerous things to do. You must adjust your speed to be very similar. If you're flying much faster, you will be dangerous when you hit him. If you slow up too, it can happen that you're actually going slow and he's fast and you're hit. And that actually can kill people. I've seen very, very bad accidents. Thirdly is the angle you use, because it is very important. Going fast, anything more than a very minor angle is dangerous. Going slow, you cannot win a ride-off without quite a good angle. And it is because it's slow, it's not dangerous. If you're not already in the right position, get past him, change your speed, and then change your angle. Fast must be a very slight angle. If he's slowing down everything, you can be a little bit sharper to stop him pushing through. And then the actual contact itself. A good player can just, you think you've got him written off, and he checks at the last second, and you go on in the next minute you're fouling, and he's made you, and you have to have a system to try and avoid that. Now there's big arguments between players, coaches, and everything about contact. A lot of people talk about look at the player's hands, because you'll see him check the horse with his hands. But I personally find that one better than hands is to look in their eyes. If you actually, on your way across, just eyeball the person you're going to ride off, even if they've got a mask on or a just eyeball, and do not only does it give you greater accuracy to come in just that tiny bit ahead. You know, if you're a lot ahead, you're fouling. But if you're just a tiny bit ahead, you get the extra weight, don't you, in the push. So it gives you, but I believe it also directs your pony. There's a fusion between your eyes and the eyes of the pony. Because as I do explain in my riding parts, it's very important that the pony sees you. It's not important that you see your own pony. You need to see other people's pony, what everybody else is doing, and let the pony work with you. And fifthly, then is the follow through. Just like hitting a good shot, you only really hit the perfect shot if you follow through at the end. Well, like anything in life really needs to follow through to make sure people know what you want. Again, if you think you want to ride off a good player and forget to follow through, you'll suddenly find you're knocked off the ball the moment as you're about to hit it. The danger of the follow through, of course, is you can take him too far and you don't get the shot. It's better that that happens to you than you allow him to push you off because you did not follow through. So it's a lot of detail, but you really should have it in your mind. And of course, if you do it regularly, then you can probably do it without thinking.